What's up, guys? Welcome back to another kind of funny live reaction. This time we are reacting to the NVIDIA GeForce special event. Very exciting stuff. I'm Tim Gettys, joined by the Nitro Rifle, Andy Cortez.
Good morning, Tim. Good morning, Fran. Good morning, Kevin.
And the best hair per square inch on his face, Fran Mirabella III.
Let's go, baby. I'm
so dense.
Yeah, today.
Dude. Oh, amped. I see what you did
for
there.
Today's announcements. Yeah.
I see what you did there. Do you get it, Kevin?
No.
Don't worry about it.
The graphics card's like code name or whatever is Ampere.
Oh,
right.
Oh, got
Fran's
it.
getting cheeky. I'm loving it.
You architecture joke, Kevin. Let's try to keep up.
Tim, you are the Ampere one.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
That's good.
Oh, wow. How nice of you. How nice of you.
Clever.
Kevin, how excited are you for this?
I'm pretty stoked to see what kind of magic these wizards, put out. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, man?
Well said. Well said.
I do get what you're saying.
Magic from the wizards.
No, it's gonna be the next gen of NVIDIA, baby. Let's see what they pull out. Maybe there'll be a few kind of funny surprises in it.
Whoa.
What?
Maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to see.
What the hell does that mean?
You'll have to wait and find out, Kevin. I don't know.
Oh,
Not a
we are
joint in
getting
chat
a little bit of
says
feedback.
Bloodborne 2, Elden Ring, and a new Switch. Let's go.
Yeah, I was told there would be Elden Ring at 8K, so I better not be disappointed.
8K, man. Let's see.
Who knows, Tim? Who knows? Who could say?
Who could possibly know?
Knack 3? No.
Let me do a quick Google search.
Let's see what these
sure
wizards
that'll
are up to. You know what I mean? And their magic.
We got less than 20
You
seconds.
said it again, Kevin. Wasn't expecting a sequel right there.
Let's ride this volume. I want it. Hype.
All right, I'm just talking to see if I can hear myself. Oh, what's
It's
happening?
seconds away. It's literally starting.
Yeah, but it's not. It's like they forgot to hit play. It's working now, guys.
They have their Kevin like, oh, hold on.
Special event. I thought it was reacting to my voice. I was like, how are they doing this?
Oh man, love a good hype trailer. Love reminiscing.
Shit, they're going low tech, guys.
Let's show the roots. You know.
Also, Tim, your forehead looks exceptionally large because of the way you're angled. Just a heads up.
Thank you.
Back in the early days of NVIDIA,
dude, Portal.
We sold GPUs with crazy ass graphics on the boxes. And Andy Cortez walked around Best Buy and said, why is this elf woman half dressed on this graphics card? And on another one, there seems to be some sort of sci-fi man, and they're all very unlicensed characters.
I was always into the dinosaurs.
Yeah, the dinosaurs. You always look at the reptile skins and you're like, what is this?
Look at the scale.
How can they print this? What does it mean?
Yeah. Oh, baby.
Cyberpunk. Oh, man.
I gotta get my
Marble Madness 2?
Hello. I hope all of you are staying safe. We're going to talk about an amazing GPU today. Modern GPUs are technology marvels.
NVIDIA.
It is the engine of large industries
NVIDIA.
from design, cloud AI, to scientific computing. But it is the gamers and their insatiable demand that is the driving force of the GPU. Pulling their GPUs to create the largest distributed computer ever. 1 million gamers united to counterstrike the COVID-19 coronavirus. The result was 2.8 exaflops. 5 times the processing power of the world's largest supercomputer to simulate the virus. Folding at home was able to simulate 100 milliseconds, a tenth of a second in the life of the coronavirus, and capture the moment it opens its mouth to infect a human cell. Scientists believe this is also its moment of weakness. Thank you all for joining this historic
Fran, is that doing
fight.
anything for you?
We're going to talk about computer graphics and the work we're doing to push the boundaries. We love computer graphics and have advanced it incredibly in the time of NVIDIA. As the technology advanced, the expressiveness of the medium has made graphics an invaluable tool to help us understand our world, create and explore new worlds, tell stories that inspire us.
I've never seen it.
From science
Jordan says, can't wait
to
for them to tell me my
industry to the
2080
arts.
sucks.
Computer graphics has made a profound impact
you
on the
haven't
world.
seen the Pixar
And for
short
that,
Sandpiper?
we are privileged to have contributed.
You should check it out.
We're going to talk about gaming and the infinite ways that gaming is expanding. GeForce PC gaming is large and thriving. Its open and rapidly advancing technology, combined with the amazing creativity of the community, makes magic. Anyone could be a broadcaster now. Add a GeForce and you have a personal broadcast station.
Ain't it right, Fran?
Pros stream their practices. Experts stream tips and tricks. Friends stream to friends just to hang out. There are over 20 million streamers.
Let's just hang out.
Games
after
have
this,
become
guys.
a new art medium. In Minecraft,
We have so much
gamers
more
can
today.
build their work of art.
I know.
Machinima artists create
My day is
cinematics made
insane.
from game assets. Tens of millions are using games to express their creativity. Inside a computer simulation, any sport can become esport. Virtual NASCAR and F1 are already attracting top racers. Like sports, esports captures the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat, and the human drama of athletic competition. Esports is on its way to be the biggest sport.
Does that mean that
I
anybody
have
can
something
become a
special
racer?
for all the GeForce gamers around the world.
Yeah, I think so.
4 gifts. I hope you like them, and you'll find new ways to game.
That's really
First,
rude to racers, just so you
Big
know.
news.
No, but like, what if you just mod
Fortnite
it?
is turning RTX on.
You already got the chair.
Now
Andy.
Minecraft and Fortnite, the
Oh,
number 1 and
little
number
ray
2 most
tracing for
played games in the
Fortnite?
world, have RTX on. Fortnite will get ray trace
Show me
shadows,
a
reflections,
I want
ambient
Overwatch to
occlusion,
turn
and
on ray
DLSS
tracing.
2. These effects look fantastic with the art style of Fortnite. I can't wait to see a Fortnite concert with RTX on. The last one with Travis Scott was watched by 28 million people. Epic made a trailer for you. Let's play it now.
God bless ray tracing, man. It just makes everything cooler. And I'm happy it has a dope name.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it could have
One of
been
the
like
better name
Reflection
tags.
Max or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
No, not cool. Ray tracing's way cooler.
75% of GeForce gamers play esports. Esports is a game of milliseconds. Reaction time is a combination of the gamer and the machine. Let me explain. This is Valorant. In this example, the opponent is traveling at 1500 pixels per second, and it's visible in this opening for only 180 milliseconds. A typical gamer has a reaction time of 150 milliseconds from
I'm not a
photon to
typical
action.
gamer, though.
Fucking
You can only hit this opponent
SAT question
if your
over
PC
here, you
adds
know?
less than 30 milliseconds.
If a
Most
train leaves
gamers have
Chicago,
latencies far greater than 30 milliseconds, many up to
how quick
100
will you
milliseconds.
click the head?
Today, we're announcing a new esports technology called Nvidia Reflex. Nvidia
Oh,
Reflex
shit.
optimizes the
Oh,
rendering
fuck.
pipeline across CPU and GPU to reduce latency by up to 50%.
It's so much higher.
In September, we're releasing Reflex with our game-ready driver. Over 100 million GeForce gamers will instantly become more competitive. Valorant, Fortnite, Apex Legends, Call of Duty Warzone,
How many extra
and
click heads
Destiny
is that?
2
That's
will be the
approximately
first to integrate
3.8
Reflex
more click
technology.
heads.
Esports
Seems
pros
very
and
big for you,
enthusiasts
Andy.
strive for zero latency. For you,
Okay.
we're announcing an insanely
How's
fast
that
and
work?
beautiful display. A 360 hertz G-Sync display designed for esports.
Yeah,
This
that'd be
display
nice.
has a built-in precision latency analyzer. Just connect your
Yeah,
mouse.
360
The
hertz.
NVIDIA 360 hertz
It's
G-Sync
ridiculous.
esports displays are arriving this fall
Like-
from Acer,
What's the biggest they go?
Alienware,
Come on, guys.
Asus,
I have
and
two
MSI.
240s
right
right
now.
now.
We've made a video comparing gaming on a 60 hertz, 144 hertz, and 360 hertz display. You can see immediately how 360
Andy,
hertz
that's more than
display
twice.
will help you target
Yeah.
and track an opponent.
I don't.
See how
I don't
much
know
easier
that
it is to
I
click on
understand
those
the
The
accounts?
20
difference.
million live streamers,
But then
we
you
have
need to
something
run at
really
like
cool for you.
380 frames a
NVIDIA
second.
Broadcast
so-
turns any room
Well,
into a
Valorant, you know,
broadcast
I can
studio.
run that shit on my phone.
NVIDIA Broadcast runs AI algorithms trained by deep learning on NVIDIA's DGX supercomputer, one of the most powerful in the world. Effects like audio noise removal, virtual background effects whether graphics or video, and webcam auto framing
Oh,
is a virtual
okay.
camera
Oh, this
person
seems like
tracking
something
them.
I can mess with.
These AI
Yeah,
effects are
this is
amazing.
cool.
Available for download in September and runs on any RTX
Sweet.
GPU. Brandon and GeForce Marketing will now show you NVIDIA Broadcast.
I had to
Hey
uninstall
everybody,
RTX.
I'm Brandon, and I'm very excited today to talk to you about our
Or
NVIDIA
voice, rather.
Broadcast app.
Why?
Like many of you, I've been home a lot more
Can't not
lately.
fuck with
I've
my
been video
computer.
conferencing all day, and then gaming and streaming all night. And I have a very basic webcam and microphone setup. NVIDIA Broadcast
saw that
makes
shirt
these
and I was
things
like, that's not what I think
supercharged
it
with
is.
a lot of new awesome
Yeah.
features that really bring it out using the power of AI and
Different
RTX.
RTX.
GPUs. The first one I want to talk about is noise removal. So I've asked my girlfriend to join me with a blow dryer here.
Like this shit
Oh my
actually
God.
works.
Distracting sound
I
makes it
thought you
very
were
hard to
saying the
understand what I'm
stuffed
saying.
animal was his
But when I turn
girlfriend.
on noise removal in NVIDIA Broadcast, you find that it's completely gone, and that blow dryer is still going. But NVIDIA Broadcast isn't
There's
just
a little
awesome
bit of
audio
a,
features. There's some
noise
really
to it,
exciting
huh?
video features as
That's
well.
a little tinge,
Let's
but
take a
it's so.
look.
It's
It,
so
no, I mean,
fun.
it's
First
still
up, we have the ability
fucking
to blow
better
the
than
background,
hearing a blow
Which you
dryer,
may notice
right?
that I
Pretty
need
amazing.
because I'm
I
a very
mean-
cluttered and messy room. But when I turn this background blur feature on, all of a sudden I get this really classy effect. And I can
Wow,
adjust the
look
strength
at
of that from low to high and everything in
It's
between.
really good. Only the edge of the chair.
Yeah,
Or,
the edge in the
if
chair
I want,
a little bit.
Barely.
I can actually
though.
replace
I
the
mean,
background
that's
altogether.
Beyond acceptable.
This is what we, yeah, this is what I want.
Yeah, this is
And not
a
have
much
a
better
choice.
version
with the
of what
magic
I
of
do.
AI.
Because I tried the
Is that
Zoom
easy?
shit. I tried Zoom's
Or,
virtual
if I wanna jump into
background,
some
and it's
gameplay,
so
I can remove the
bad.
background altogether and jump into some Valorant. And now I'm playing
Can I
with a
blur
glitch
that
Technology
effect.
is
as well?
insane, you guys. Can you
Well,
imagine
actually,
that
I have
this
one of
works
those.
this well?
I don't know
Like,
if
I
it's
can't
yet,
even
but at least
fucking
I
Bunch
imagine
of
all the
wizards
nights
over
I
there, that's
spent.
what I'm saying.
I mean, he
And
showed
sometimes
you.
when
You
I'm
don't
in a
believe
video
it?
conferencing or doing a just chatting stream, I want to zoom in to get a more personal
Better than
connection
hearing
with the
Kevin's
audience.
vacuum.
The problem is I
Hey,
bounce
man, we'll
around
get
so
there,
much.
you know
The
what I
whole
mean?
chat
My
is
head
talking
get
shit
out of
about
frame.
Kev.
the
Can't wait
auto
for
frame
Kevin to have
Let
that
them say
noise
what they
filter.
want. A
Better
bunch
than
of
hearing
whiners. See how
Kevin
many of them
Rubin.
get blocked.
Yeah,
You know
Kevin,
what I
let
mean?
him
It's like having your own
talk.
personal
Oh,
camera
let
that
us
follows
read.
you wherever you go.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
if for example, I wanted to reach over and grab my cool Valorant hat and show it to everybody,
That's
it
pretty
follows me
impressive.
every step of the way. I just
But I
find
like
NVIDIA
being
broadcast to be
surprising,
really
you know?
exciting as both a streamer
I
and
like
someone who
surprise
works
people,
from home.
Kevin. Come back
The
in.
ability to
just
remove
as a,
distracting noise,
as a
improve
wombat,
your
you know?
background,
Holy
and keep
shit.
yourself in the center of the frame are all
I like
awesome
it.
features in one app, and I just can't wait for you guys to try.
I'm
it.
happy about this, but I'm waiting and hoping to see RTX.
A new
Encoder
form of art has
improvements,
emerged from
like
gaming
live
called
streaming
Machinima.
hardware
Artists are
in
using
the
game
car.
assets to create cinematics. There's been tens of billions of views on YouTube. Most are shorts.
Red versus blue.
Some are even recreating entire classic movies. It's becoming a whole new art genre. Today, I'm going to show you an app that will make these cinematics amazing. It's called NVIDIA Omniverse Machinima. It's an app built on our Omniverse 3D workflow collaboration.
looks
Otherwise known
crazy.
as
Omniverse
Project
is a
Nom.
universal design tool asset exchange
Nom nom.
with a viewer based on
These all
photorealistic
sound like
capturing.
Kingdom Hearts games.
The engine is designed to be physically accurate, simulating light, physics, material, and artificial intelligence.
The
We have
Omniverse
connectors
is
for most
Omniverse.
third-party design tools like 3ds Max, Maya, Photoshop, Epic Unreal, Rhino, and many more. The Machinima app brings in elements and assets from games and third-party collections like TurboSquid and lets you mix and compose them into a cinema.
That's how I got the name Nitro
Creators
Rifle.
can use their
Turbo
webcams to
Squid
drive our
gave it to you.
AI-based post estimator to animate
No,
characters.
I would
Drive
always say
face
Turbo
animation
Squid
AI
sounded
with
like
your
an
voice.
esports gamer.
What?
At high fidelity physics like
This is
particles and
crazy,
fluids.
right?
Make materials physically accurate. And then when done with your composition and mixing, render film quality cinematics with your RTX GPU. NVIDIA Omniverse Machinima.
So wait, can we do this?
Beta in
I
October.
mean, that's what I'm saying.
Sign
Like,
up
this
at
is insane.
nvidia.com/machinima.
Yeah, I think they're just giving you some.
Let me show you a
tools.
demo we created in a
But
few
like those
days.
tools
We
are
started
like
with assets
super
from Mountain
expensive.
Blade 2.
Insane
Yeah,
things
otherwise.
that,
You're gonna
yeah,
love
don't
this.
exist.
That man didn't even have the green balls on him.
No green balls, and I think they're gray.
God, FYI, me and Tim made it last week.
Welcome to Custom Surprise.
That's all my mouth done.
No, I didn't get a good enough look. Like, can you build?
Yeah, there was something I didn't understand where it's
Or they
like,
pre-built
where are they
items.
getting the asset library from?
Yeah.
So Turbo Squid is an asset library where you can buy shit. It's like buying stuff from the Unreal Asset Store or the Unity
Kevin,
Marketplace.
you're getting that skipping too, right, Kevin?
That was close.
What? I'm sorry.
You guys are
Is your
getting
video
better.
skipping at all?
Just a little bit, I think.
Don't worry about it.
Nah, that's fine.
What do you want me to do, Fran?
Nothing.
I'll do whatever you want. Maybe your
For
internet's
40
bad
years,
again.
since NVIDIA researcher Turner Whitted first published his paper on ray tracing, computer science researchers have chased this dream to create super realistic virtual worlds with real-time ray tracing. NVIDIA,
Why does that guy
seeing
have so
the
many
ultimate limits of
spatulas?
rasterization
Lot of
approaching,
spatulas.
focused intense efforts over the past 10 years to realize real-time
You know
ray
why?
tracing on a large
Actually, Andy,
scale.
Because he's making
At
so much
SIGGRAPH
bread.
2 years ago, we
Oh,
announced
oh,
NVIDIA RTX. Now, 2 years later, it is clear we
I
have
miss you, Fran.
reinvented
I
computer
miss you
graphics.
so much.
Fucking guy.
NVIDIA
Fuck, I was
RTX
gonna
is
be
a
like,
full
that's
stack
not that many
invention.
spatulas. That's a lot of
RTX
fucking
starts with a
spatulas.
brand new GPU architecture.
it's
I love that,
Spatulas.
Kev, without
So
even
much more.
seeing it, you just
It
jump to
includes
wanting
new
to
engine
be
tech and a
contrarian.
bunch of new rendering
yeah, it's Fran.
algorithms. RTX is a home run. All major 3D APIs have been extended for
This is
RTX.
the big stuff.
RTX is
It's coming.
supported by all major 3D tools. RTX tech is incorporated into all major game engines. There are hundreds of games in development and thousands of research papers of new rendering and AI algorithms enabled by RTX. The RTX GPU has three fundamental
That's a fake
processors.
kitchen or
The
something.
programmable shader that we first introduced
Oh
over
yeah,
15 years ago.
he was in
RT
NVIDIA Studio
Core
the
to
whole time.
accelerate the ray triangle and ray bounding box intersections, and
It's like
AI
one of your
processing
walls that you
pipeline
have at the
called
kind of funny
Tensor
studio. You
Core.
just roll it out.
Tensor Core accelerates linear algebra that is used for deep neural network processing the foundation of modern AI. AI is the most powerful technology force of our time. Computers that learn from data and write software that no humans can.
What I always like
The
about these,
advances are
everybody
nothing
always
short of
has.
breathtaking.
There's somebody out there right now who's like,
NVIDIA is
dude, this
doing
guy's
groundbreaking
rendered.
work in this area.
This is the
You might have
card.
seen our
You're
work
doing
in
it all,
self-driving
like,
cars and
simulated.
robotics.
The AI,
Computer
it's like a
graphics and
speech,
gaming
it's AI.
will also be revolutionized.
I
by
want
deep
that to
learning.
be one day.
Let me
That's
show
going
you
to be
some
true.
recent
It will.
works in the art of the possible. The first video is a generative adversarial network
What
that has learned to synthesize virtual characters of any artistic
Dude, can I
genre,
look like this
including
on the Zoom call? 'Cause
photorealistic.
that would be.
Second is a
much
neural
better,
network
I feel
that
like.
animates a 3D face directly from voice.
I
You
hate this
require
guy's
more
face.
Vespine gas. It's dangerous to go alone. Take
Is
this.
that the StarCraft recipe?
The AI character can speak in any language, be any gender, and even rap and sing.
What?
Third is a
What?
character locomotion of
wanna
infinite
see him
number of
Watch out,
rap.
dimensions.
Eminem. Watch out,
Imagine
Eminem.
negotiating arbitrary paths and obstacles. The fourth is
Dude, that
reconstructing
just
3D
looks
from
like
video.
me on a normal tired
Imagine
Just
the
like walking.
possibilities. Record video, interact in 3D. This one is a deep learning model that learned the physics behavior of cloth animation.
So sick.
This is important, actually.
Finally, this deep learning model of ray tracing can predict colors of missing pixels.
Actually.
So that fewer
Thank you,
rays need to be
Fran.
cast and fewer pixels need to be fully rendered. We can achieve orders of magnitude
This is
speed
really
ups.
big, too.
AI is
This is
certain to
probably
play
a
a
little bit
giant
how
role in the future of
DLSS
computer graphics and gaming.
works, I assume.
The
a little
powerful
bit,
tensor
but-
cores and RTX GPUs will let us do AI in real time. One of the first major AI computer graphics breakthroughs is DLSS. Here's the challenge. Real-time
This
ray
should be
tracing
fair.
is far more beautiful but requires a lot more computation per pixel than rasterization. So the solution is to ray trace fewer
See it,
pixels
3.0.
and
Give it
use
to me.
AI on tensor cores to up-res to super-res to a higher resolution and boost frame
To
rate.
16K.
DLSS took nearly 2 years of intensive
Rendered
research.
16K ground
a
truth.
supercomputer to
What
train
does that
network.
mean? Is that saying
The
that
DLSS
reality
model
is
trained on
16K?
extremely high quality, 16K offline rendered images
Or is that
of
just
many
a game?
kinds of content.
I don't know. what
Once
ground
trained, the
truth
model
means.
is downloaded into your driver. At runtime, DLSS 2.0 takes in low resolution, aliased image and motion vector of the current frame, and the high resolution previous frame to generate a high resolution
Where
current
do we even
frame.
start to want to do
I think
that?
DLSS is one of our biggest breakthroughs in the last 10 years.
It is.
Take a look at these
It
images of
absolutely
Death
is.
Stranding, the latest game by Kojima-san. DLSS is sharper than native 4K and created detail from AI that native rendering didn't even show, and the frame rate is higher. Reviewers have loved DLSS 2.0. They say its quality beats out native rendering and runs
That's
even
why.
faster. You can play at 4K without a performance
Bring you
hit.
3.0.
Tensor Core effectively gives RTX a 2x performance boost. Let's look at one frame trace of a game to see the processors of RTX in action. Adding ray tracing to games dramatically increases the computation workload. Using shaders to do ray traversal and object intersection reduces the frame rate. We added the RT Core, which reduces shader workload by 60%. RT Core offloads the shaders by doing the ray triangle and ray bounding box intersection calculations.
Ray traversal
Using the
sounds
same
so cool.
methodology as Microsoft Xbox, the RT Core is effectively a 34 teraflop shader, and Turing has an equivalent of 45
Tucker
teraflops while ray
1988
tracing.
says, "Where's the KF
Even
quote?
with RT
This
Core,
shit's
the amount of
wild."
time consumed is significant. So RT Core and shaders have to run concurrently. Even then, 20 milliseconds is only 50 frames per second, and still a step back in performance relative to previous generations.
It's
This
too
is
far
where
back
the
for me.
Tensor Core and DLSS come in.
Wow, look
Rendering
at so much
to a
shorter,
lower
Kevin.
resolution, then using AI and super fast
Look at the
Tensor Core
purple,
to
too.
effectively double frame rate.
It's so high.
Now you can get ray tracing, get high resolution, and high frame rate at the same time. That's the magic of the three processors of RTX. Turing was our first generation RTX GPU, combining ray tracing, programmable shading, and AI. The flagship Turing had a ton of processing power, 11 shader teraflops, 34 RT teraflops, and 89 tensor teraflops.
You think
Get
NVIDIA-
fucked,
Let me show you our
Xbox.
new
NVIDIA's
RTX
ever, like-
GPU. Ampere is a
Let's
giant
just take
leap
a couple
in
years
performance.
off.
Ampere does 2 shader calculations per clock versus 1 on Turing.
They're working on
30
the fourth
shader
gen right now.
teraflops
I mean, yeah,
compared to
clearly they
11.
don't take any time off.
Ampere
Yeah.
doubles ray triangle intersection throughput. Ampere's RT core delivers 58 RT teraflops compared to Turing's 34. And Ampere's new
Ampere.
Tensor Core automatically
Gilbert
identifies
G12
and
says, "Gonna be
removes
honest,
less
y'all. I
important
thought I was
unit
dumb
and
before
weights.
this video. I'm actually dumber than I thought."
Tensor Core hardware process the sparse network at twice the rate of Turing.
This is the new
238
GPU
tensor
tech
flops
right here.
compared to 89. Ladies and gentlemen, NVIDIA's new Ampere GPU, our second generation RTX, 28 billion transistors built on Samsung 8N NVIDIA custom process. All three processors double rates over Turing.
Look
a
at all those
triple
fucking
double.
teraflops.
It
Dude.
connects to Micron's
triple
new
double?
G6X, the fastest memories ever made. The
That's a
days of just
basketball
relying
stat.
on transistor performance scaling is over. Yet Ampere is an incredible 2 times the performance and energy efficiency of Turing. At NVIDIA, we use every engineering lever to squeeze every drop of
Pull all the
performance
levers,
out of the
man.
system. From architecture, custom process design, circuit design, logic design, packaging,
I haven't
custom
understood
SerDes
much of
IO,
what was said
memory, power,
since
and
the
thermal
Muffin
design,
Mon.
PCB design, software and
This shit's
algorithms.
crazy. That's what
Thousands of
this is
engineers
happening,
per
bro.
generation, billions of dollars. Full stack engineering and extreme craftsmanship is the hallmark of our GPUs. Our performance, energy
D Fuller
efficiency,
says this guy has
and
the
low
perfect
power
amount of
are all
enthusiasm
world-class.
in his voice.
And real application performance highlights
done this a
Ampere's
few
new
times.
RT core. The more ray tracing is done, the greater the Ampere speedup. Ampere RT core doubles ray intersection processing. Its ray tracing is processed concurrently with shading. And Ampere can render cinematic images with
Minecraft,
motion blur
that
8 times faster
cinematic
than
giant.
Turing. Let's take a look at Ampere in action. At our kitchen GTC
it's
a few
basically
months
right
ago,
there touting
we
twice
showed
as
Marbles,
powerful
the world's
than if you
first
think in
fully
layman's
path
terms.
traced, photorealistic real-time graphics. It
Good
was running on
Lord.
our highest-end
pretty
Turing Quadro RTX 8000. Turing was doing 720p, 25 frames per second.
Yeah, I was gonna say that resolution
Today,
is not that high.
we're going to run an enhanced version of Marbles with even more special effects.
Live.
And it is running at 1440p, 30 frames per second, over 4 times the performance. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy Marbles at night.
I just got chills, bro.
Yeah, right? Okay.
Throw this bad boy up, and after the fact, watch the VOD back.
I'm gonna pitch them on a game. You know that marble race video that
Yeah.
goes viral every year? Battle Royale, marbles. Let's go.
There's already a game like that, Tim.
Really?
But you don't control the marbles. It's called Marbles.
That's just like real life.
You get assigned a marble, Tim.
I love the world.
Yeah.
This looks
That lighting is super.
This is
impressive.
ridiculous. Yeah. This is absolutely insane.
We should sell a shirt that says video games are cool, you know?
Or just put like RTX omniscience, or what was like all the tags they had on
Omniverse.
That's the ambient inclusion right there, guys. That's ambient inclusion path right there.
Andy, we know.
Okay.
Oh, also that's a marble.
Yeah, this is
Marbles is entirely path
real
traced.
time, bro.
No rasterization, all real time. There are
Fuck.
hundreds of area lights, including spherical area lights. There's no pre-baking, everything is dynamic.
No pre-baking chat.
The depth of field
Look at
is
that light
film
reflecting.
quality and beautiful.
Who
Everything
put
is
in all the
dynamic.
Foley sounds?
Diffuse GI, all dynamic.
Wow.
There are hundreds of rigid bodies, 80 million triangles. Materials are physically accurate, physics simulation and volumetric rendering in real time.
The light up
Damn.
ones are my favorites.
Yeah, that's cool.
DLSS 2.0 is doing the super resolution and AI denoising.
Super resolution AI.
Statue of him.
denoising.
I love that they're like, yeah, we're gonna do this next to an open window so that the light's constantly changing. Fuck yeah. This reminds me of a Miyazaki movie
Let's
where it's
compare
like,
Marbles Turing.
we didn't
and
need to
Marbles
go that
Ampere.
hard, but we're gonna.
You can see
Yeah.
a dramatic visual quality jump of Ampere. Marbles on Turing runs at 720p, 25 frames per second. Marbles on Ampere runs at 1440p, 30 frames per second. more than
2K.
4 times the performance. And Ampere even did area
not at
lights
60.
and depth of field. A giant performance leap. Today's games are giant worlds, indoor and out, with photogrammetry, dense geometry, and lots of characters. Games are over 200 gigabytes and getting bigger. This is like
Give me a
50,000
cybernetic
songs
marble.
or 400 hours of streaming video. Games have pushed PC I/O and file systems to the breaking point. CPUs copy files from disk and decompress the game image. This is fine when the storage system was slow, 50 to 100 megabytes per second. Now with Gen 4 PCI Express and solid-state drives, PCs can transfer data at 7 gigabytes per second, 100 times faster. CPU copying data to memory and decompressing game images is now the bottleneck.
Matt
Decompressing
122 in
data
chat
from
says
100
Clippy's
megabytes
gonna
per
look
second hard
nuts.
drives takes only a few CPU cores. However, decompressing from 7 gigabytes per second SSDs on
Greg's gonna do
PCIe
his
Gen
taxes
4
so
takes over
fast.
20 CPU cores. Today, we're announcing Nvidia Rtx Io with 3 new advances. New I/O APIs for fast loading and streaming directly from SSD to GPU memory. GPU lossless decompression. And collaboration with Microsoft on direct storage for Windows that streamlines the transfer of data from storage to GPU memory. With Nvidia Rtx Io, vast worlds will load instantly. Picking up where you left off will be instant. This is a very big deal for next generation gaming. Let me show you Ampere in action in one of the most anticipated games of 2020.
Hey, Fran.
CD Projekt Red's
What?
Cyberpunk.
Can you imagine cleaning all
This
the
trailer
grease
is
off
called
the,
Scenes of Cyberpunk
the like,
RTX.
tile artwork?
It
there?
shows ray trace reflections,
lot of grease.
diffuse
be a
illumination,
lot of build-up here.
shadows, ambient occlusion, and DLSS 2.0. Enjoy.
I will enjoy.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so they haven't said there's any improvements to DLSS at this point.
I don't believe so.
That doesn't matter. It's Cyberpunk. RTX on it, so. It's a banger.
I feel like I just woke up from a week-long bender, and I'm ready to go back out and do it again.
Feels like you're basically getting a look at the next gen Cyberpunk right there. I think that's pretty much what you can expect.
Ladies and gentlemen, our new flagship GPU, the Nvidia GeForce RTX 3080, powered by Ampere, 2nd generation RTX architecture.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, I got hit by that, bro.
It sucks that there's no solution for streaming where it's like small particles are gonna make it look like shit, you know?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I keep wondering. You talking about video encoding?
Yeah.
Look at these old ass basic ass.
Dude, this is so fucking cool. I
is
love
sick as
this.
shit.
Yeah. You like these animations, Tim?
Yeah, this is
They're
fun.
pretty dope.
Oh, there's 2 of them now.
There's my card.
Oh.
Show me them stats. When you put the number billions on anything, it's like, all right, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know we can't count it, so.
Oh, GDDR6X.
GDDR6.
Yeah, that's new. That had leaked. Let's say 28.
DLSS. Man, if somebody came into my Best Buy asking me about shit like this, I would just be lying my whole way through it.
Oh, dude, yeah, you're gonna want this.
Yeah, this is fucking sick.
With the axial flow through.
Yeah, but make sure you get the black tie protection on it, heat spot protection.
55% more airflow. That's a big deal, actually. Pretty cool.
Fran, is this gonna be loud?
I
No.
don't think so.
It'll be as loud as what you got right now.
18 phases.
Dude, this thing looks insane.
Yeah, it's I like how sleek it is.
It looks like
Let's go.
something that you find when you like dig up a high, like an Egyptian
like
tomb or
in a
something.
Ridley Scott movie.
Yeah.
You just find a
So it takes up 2 slots
tankard
there.
of these.
The Nvidia RTX 3080. I have one right here. Let me show it to you.
Oh yeah.
What about the rumored 3090?
Whoa!
Oh, it was there the whole time.
Oh, it was behind the spatulas the whole time.
It is beautiful.
Damn, the spatulas
They got
distracted
me.
us.
I knew it.
The RTX 3080. It is wonderfully crafted. It's going to look beautiful in your PC, and it lights up.
Hell
Now
yeah.
let me tell you
Lights
about
up.
the other exciting technologies
Everybody
inside.
needs RGB.
Turing used G6, the fastest memories at that time. The industry thought that was the limit. For Ampere, we had to push
We're
through that
creating
proof
life.
wrong. Working with
I was
Micron, we
thinking
designed
the
the
same
world's
thing.
first memories with PAM4 signaling, pulse amplitude modulation, with 4 voltage levels that encode 2 bits of data each, 0001, 1011. Each voltage step is only
Exactly, yeah.
250
So much
millivolts.
information. Being
So in
thrown
some
out.
of the time, G6X can transmit twice
Seriously,
as
his
much data
tone
as
is
G6.
so perfect for just throwing
PAM4
this
is
insane
extreme
amount of
Yeah.
words
signaling
at us.
technology.
I'm
and it's
way
just
smarter
becoming
than you.
used in high-speed networking. The Ampere thermal architecture is the first ever flow-through design, working harmoniously with PC chassis cooling system, pulling in cool air from the outside, flowing through the GPU, and pushing hot air straight out the chassis. To allow
Wow,
room for a
very
fan to
cool.
flow
What
air
happens if you put
directly
it at
through
the
the
bottom?
module, our engineers architect a super
What
dense
happens when it's
PCU
88
design
degrees in my room?
that is 50% smaller than
that's not good. You
previous,
gotta get a little
while
AC.
adding the bigger Ampere
I bought
GPUs,
one, Kev. I'm gonna buy
HDMI
one.
2.1,
Oh, for real?
PCI Express 4.0,
HDMI
and
2.1, let's go.
G6X. There are 2 independently controlled fans. The bracket front fan pulls cool air from the bottom and pushes
How's
the
2.1
heated
gonna
air
benefit me, Fran?
out through the graphics card
If you have the new
brackets.
TVs,
A
then
backside
you can
pull-through
play
fan
at 120
passes
hertz
cool
over
air over the
HDMI
fins of the
with
heat pipe
HDR,
and
I
directs the
believe.
hot air to the
That's the
top
big
and back of the
advancement.
chassis to be exhausted by the system fan. The
Sucks about
3080
all the
flow-through
models now, they don't
system
have that
is
shit.
3 times quieter and keeps the GPU 20 degrees cooler than the Turing design.
I
It
assume
can
if you
cool
put HDR
90 watts
over-
more than Turing.
I assume
The
120 hertz, you
generational
have to
leap is
use
ultimately the
multiple.
most important factor of new GPUs. A significant technology advance is needed to inspire content developers to create the next level of content and for the install base to upgrade. Let's see how the 3080 stacks up to previous generation architectures on the latest graphics intensive games. 3080
this is
is
what I'm
faster
waiting. This
than
is my 2080
2080
Super.
Ti. 3080
Fuck.
is twice the
Wow, they're
performance
saying
of
it's less than
2080
$800.
at the same price. Ampere is the biggest generational leap we've ever had. Ladies and gentlemen,
Wow, we're saying less than $800. for
NVIDIA
the 3080.
GeForce RTX 3080,
It makes sense though.
our new flagship GPU, powered by Ampere,
was about the
our
price of
second
the-
generation
the
RTX
2080.
GPU
2080
architecture.
Super.
Incredible amounts of processing in the shader, RT ray tracing
wasn't
core,
that, like, way
and
later?
Tensor Core
Like a
for
year
processing
after?
AI. 10 gigabytes of G6X,
Super was last year.
twice the processing power
so
of
like a year after
2080,
the 2080 came out.
and at the same price, starting
Well, no,
at
the 2080 was
$699.
about $800.
Available
'cause I bought it.
September
$699.
17th. One of our most
September
popular
17th.
GPUs is the 70 series. 970, 1070, 2070 were all hugely popular. You're going to love the new RTX 3070.
So they're saying
Faster
twice
than
as
the
powerful.
2080 Ti, the Turing enthusiast GPU priced at $1,200.
That's pretty fucking
Ladies and
nuts.
gentlemen, the new GeForce RTX 3070. Let me show it to you.
This motherfucker, I love
It's
it.
a work of
Yeah, I
art.
love it. It's right
20
here behind the
shader
salt shaker.
teraflops, 40 RT teraflops, and 163 teraflops Tensor Core for AI processing, with 8 gigabytes of G6.
That's crazy. The same
RTX
performance as a
3070
Ti.
is faster than the
2080 Ti.
$1,200 RTX 2080 Ti.
Is that
starting
accurate though?
at
They're saying faster. Is that
$499.
all that matters with this
Available
though?
in
Because like
October.
this seems insane that for $500
I think they're
you
Generation,
should-
we
using
pack in our best ideas to
faster,
increase
definitely in the
performance
overall.
while
I think
introducing new
absolutely
features that enhance
wouldn't
image
It's like when they
quality.
compare cell phones to each
Every
other.
couple of
Generation
generations.
to generation.
I can't
stars
wait for
align,
Linus to have the
as it
comparison
did with Pascal.
videos.
And we get a giant
want Digital
generational
Foundry.
leap.
My,
Pascal was known as the perfect 10.
my guess
Pascal
is
was a
the 2080
huge
Ti and the
success and set a
3070 will
very
be
high
like
bar.
kind of close. But
It took the super
will-
family of Turing to meaningfully
Oh, that's
exceed
true.
Pascal
Apocalypse is
on
less
game
VRAM
performances
than
without
2080
ray
Ti.
tracing. With ray tracing turned on, Pascal, using programmable shaders to compute ray triangle intersections, fell
Did they
far
already
behind
say how
Turing's
much memory
RT core.
was in the 3080?
And Turing with ray tracing on
missed it.
reached the same performance
That's
as
true.
Pascal
80 plus. You get all the
with ray
RTX
tracing off.
features at that lower price.
On a technical basis, this
Sunny
was a
467
huge
says if you pull something
The
out of the
images are
oven, I'm gonna
far
lose
more
my shit.
beautiful, and reflection and shadow
Our
artifacts
volume's
are gone.
low. Everybody says this
But
every
gamers
time.
wanted more. They want
It
every
is. I'll bring it
generation
up.
to be more
I've
realistic
brought it up already.
and
but
higher frame rate at the same
you
time.
just keep
Well,
getting
I-
quieter.
So we double
you
down on
don't touch
everything.
anything. Don't touch
Twice
anything.
the
You're fine.
shader, twice
Thank
the ray
you.
tracing, and twice the tensor core.
Talk to
The
me.
triple-double. Ampere knocks the
3080
daylights out of
RT
Pascal
over
on ray
4K
tracing.
60.
That's enough. Thank you.
And even with ray tracing on, crushes Pascal on frame rate. To
You're
all my
muted, Tim.
Pascal gamer friends, it is safe to upgrade now. Amazing ray tracing games are coming. Activision and developer Treyarch are launching a new Call of Duty on November 13th.
Oh, let's go.
It's a masterpiece and it looks incredible. There are dynamic lights, ray tracing, shadows and ambient occlusion, DLSS 2.0, and Nvidia Reflex super low latency technology. The last Call
Guys,
of
this is
Duty
just gonna be
sold an
video games
amazing
from now on.
30
What the
million
fuck?
copies. Activision put together this trailer of never before seen footage. Enjoy.
Ooh, a new peak. The game already was looking good in the trailers.
Yeah. There are some POIs in this game, Fran, that are like really gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to see the new Warzone. Assuming there's a new map, you know?
I gotta assume it'll be modifications. I don't think it'll be brand new anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
They made it seem like Warzone is kind of where all the other new Call of Duty games are gonna kind of be
Converge.
integrated inside of, yeah. I can't fucking wait to play like my first Call of Duty game on PC campaign-wise.
Let me talk to you about
'Cause
one more thing.
I played Modern Warfare on PS4
Several years
Pro.
ago, we started building the Titan, pushing the GPU to the absolute limit to create the best graphics card of that generation. It was built in limited quantities only through NVIDIA. The distribution was limited. The demand surprised us. Creatives were making 4K movies, rendering cinematics. Researchers built workstations for data science and AI. Bloggers built broadcast workstations. Flight and racing simulation fans built sim rigs. There is clearly a need for a giant GPU
that rig so
that is
bad.
available all over the world.
too.
So we made a giant Ampere.
It's
Ladies and gentlemen,
They made a
RTX
giant Ampere.
3090.
It's in the oven.
It's in the oven! Oh my god!
It is in the oven.
Oh my fucking Christ.
Holy cow, that looks huge.
3090 is a beast. A ferocious GPU. A BF GPU.
Ferocious.
Fucking
36
Oh, let's go. A
ferocious.
BF GPU.
69 RT teraflops. 285
Nice.
teraflops.
Oh my god, how
and
much
comes
cooler
with
can
a
it get?
massive 24 gigabytes of G6X.
Holy cow, the rumors were true.
It comes with a
That is
silencer, a
3
3-slot dual
times.
axle flow-through design, 10
the
times
2080.
quieter, and keeps
About
the
twice
GPU
the
30
2080 Ti.
degrees cooler than the Titan RTX design. But there's more.
Jeez.
The 3090 is so big that for the very first time, we can play games at 60 frames per second
AV1
in
decode on it.
8K.
Alright,
This
2.1.
is insane. Because it's impossible for us to show you what it looks like on the stream, we invited some friends to check it out. Roll the clip.
Who could they have invited?
Who could they have invited over here?
I hate you,
Scrubs. You know what I mean, guys?
This is Andy and this is Tim.
Oh, man.
It's
Look at
on!
those scrubs, dude. Who are those guys?
Woo!
I've never been more
Oh, it's
excited to do
the
anything.
Cess.
The Cess.
Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh.
Are you kidding me? Let's go, baby.
This is f***ing incredible, dude. I'm glad that they were like, you can curse if you want. I was like, all right, good.
This is silly. My God. You can see wear and tear on the treads.
Look at this.
Why is it so detailed? All right. Move fast and shoot things.
This is 8K, sir. I can see everything. Oh, I need to shoot you though.
Not a whole lot of people have seen something like this.
Control's such a beautiful game.
So realistic.
How big was
I
the
feel like
monitor,
I'm really
guys?
in battle.
80-inch
This is insane.
8K.
Die, I want to look at the
An
print.
It's an LG
80-inch
OLED.
8K.
There we go.
Wow.
Dude, the
At
ray
8K.
tracing is insane on this.
These are the sizzle reels that you see,
This is basically hacks.
and then it's like it'll never look.
Did they tell you what frame rate you were playing at?
I'm like looking across
With
the
DLSS
vistas,
on, it was
the grand
60.
vistas
Yeah.
that are
Which,
happening right
I mean,
now.
is
Holy
still
shit.
amazing.
Yeah.
This
Like,
feels like
I
a
was almost
Disney
expecting
But then when we
30.
switched to when you would switch to native 8K, it would dip to like 15, 20.
I can't believe it's not fun.
God. Oh,
mean,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is
Native
game-changing.
8K was
There's no
about
other way to
15
They,
to
I
30.
can't believe it's not butter. Line in.
My mind is blown, dude.
That's the cool part about DLSS, right?
It's been 20
can
years
simulate
since the NVIDIA GPU introduced programmable shading.
how good 8K
The
looks.
GPU
It was
revolutionized
insane,
modern
chat.
computer graphics.
Yeah, for real.
Developers jumped on NVIDIA's
Now that we can
clever
actually
algorithms,
talk about it, this
like
is what me and
shaders
Eddie
that
went to do
simulate
last
realistic
week.
materials, or post-processing effects for soft shadows,
Can't wait.
ambient occlusion, and reflections.
How much is an
Developers
8K
pushed the
so
limits of
big?
rasterization beyond anyone's expectations.
It's enormous.
Meanwhile, NVIDIA GPU processing increased a stunning 100,000-fold. Gaming became a powerful technology driver.
We got to
Gamers
play
grew to
Death
billions,
Stranding, Control,
and gaming
and
pushed
Wolfenstein
into all
Youngblood on it.
aspects of entertainment.
And all three
culture.
were utterly
If the
insane.
last 20 years
Yeah.
was amazing,
I
the
can't
next
imagine how
20
crisp it
will
must have
seem
looked,
nothing
you know?
short of science fiction.
It was crazy. Like you would leave the still
Today's
image
Ampere
on,
launch
and this is
is a
native
giant
8K,
step
and it
into
doesn't
the
run
future.
super great. And you
This
switch to
is our
DLSS, which is
greatest
1440p
generational leap
upres,
ever.
and it
Oh,
was
1440?
fucking
Second generation
1440p
NVIDIA
upres, but it was
fusing
identical,
programmable
dude.
shading,
Like
ray tracing, and
Wow.
artificial
it
intelligence.
was
She has
it was
photorealistic
insane.
graphics and the highest frame
And then
rates
you turn on
at the
DLSS, and all
same
the
time.
frames are back.
Once the
Like it
holy
was
grail
so
of
smooth.
computer graphics, ray tracing is now the standard. And Ampere is going to bring you joy beyond gaming.
It's interesting, right? 'Cause
Reflex
it's
to
not
improve your
rendering it at
response
8K,
time.
you know.
NVIDIA
and
Broadcast.
Well, that's the
turns
thing.
any
So,
room into a
like,
we're not
studio.
there yet.
And
Yeah, so
Omniverse
Homeboy's like,
Machinima
was it
turns
8K
you
or is it
into an animated
8K?
filmmaker.
Dude, it is.
We
It's
are
like
super pleased
8K,
with
but in the
3070,
strongest fucking quotes
3080, and
possible because,
3090, the
or
first
the
three
I
members
don't know
of
the right
Ampere
words of it. It was
generation.
identical, chat.
You're
Like,
going to feel a boost like never before.
Yeah,
I
think it's
can't
going to
wait to
depend
go
on the
forward
game
20
sometimes,
years
but those
to
are
see what
fast-moving
RTX
games.
started.
So
it's just like
Home
it's
that
Versus
sharp
the
is
idea of
super
this
We will
impressive.
beam
insane
ourselves
AI,
through time and
their
space,
AI
traveling at the
rebuilding
speed of light,
a
sending
1440p
photons,
image to
not
make 8K, and
atoms.
it looked
In
fucking
this
the
future,
same. Looked the same.
GeForce
Yeah,
is
that's the
the
thing.
holy
Is
grail.
there was the
Your
DLSS
lightspeed
stuff was the
starship,
most
your
impressive part.
time
Like I
machine.
went into that being like,
In
it's
the
going to be the
future,
ray
we
tracing
will
stuff,
look
and the
back and realize
DLSS was like,
that it started
especially
here.
playing it. Like I own that
Thank
TV,
you for
just not
joining
the
us
8K
today.
version,
And to all
so I
of
know
our
what it's
fans,
supposed to
we're
look like,
celebrating the arrival
and
of
it looked
Ampere.
so crisp, so good.
It looked like
And it's on-
I was expecting like some shitty like checkerboarding bullshit, you know, and it was indistinguishable 8K between like the standard 8K image or the DLSS.
So wait, how much was the 3090? Did they
1500.
say?
1500.
Yeah.
3090, and then that came with 24 gigabytes of VRAM. Is insane. That's twice as much as the 2080 Ti. And then I was trying to catch how much the 3080 came with. You guys didn't get a spec sheet to bring with you, did you?
No,
Okay.
The 3080 the 3080 was 800, I believe.
$800. Yeah, I was wondering how much VRAM it had in it. I assume
Oh, I didn't see. Sorry.
maybe. I wonder if it was like 12 now, but either way. And the memory is new too. I was just like going over the notes, but it's
I just got so
exciting
wrapped up in
for
like
these
telling Chad how
prices.
fucking exciting it was to be there. Like,
yeah. Now we can actually talk about it.
Oh yeah, the 3080 $700. Crazy.
it was legitimately mind blowing to be there and experience that tech in real person because it's always so hard. We talked about it at that event. Like, it's always so hard to talk about and to show fans why they should be excited about tech when they can't see the thing. When you're watching a 1080p, you know, pixelated video, compressed video on YouTube, but like the idea that again, 8K gaming, I won't be getting an 8K TV for another 10 years probably or whatever.
Yeah, I was
but
about
the
to ask,
idea,
when are you gonna
but the
play on
idea
8K?
that, but the idea that the tech made it possible to upres 1440p to 8K and it look indistinguishable from one another. Like, I know a lot of people in chat are saying, "Oh, it's 8K with an asterisk." No, not really, because it was much more preferred to the standard 8K with less frames per second. It was insane.
Yeah, that's the thing that was craziest to me is like, obviously we played it in the most ideal situation possible. But take that down to what we actually will be able to do. It'll still work for 4K.
Yeah.
So it's like we'll still get those benefits for whatever setup we have. But what was so crazy impressive to me is like they made a really big deal to us to show us that, like, okay, granted, this is a very particular setup. It is not that crazy of a setup. There was one single desktop that they had, and they showed us it with one HDMI cord to the TV. And they're like, that's it with one 3090. And they're just like, this is not like insane crazy, like a bunch of computers working together to make this shit happen. It's like, this is a real computer, like a real tower that is playing this right now that you can do it. And they let us play these 3 different games. And man, like we played Death Stranding first, and that kind of gave us the real idea of like what the feel of it is. And we kept talking about this, Andy, but like it feels better. Like it looks so good that it feels right. And that has to do with the mixing of the resolution and frame rate kind of matching at a point that kind of really does feel next gen in a way that we haven't had before.
If anybody out there streams or renders video, and the first time you used the NVIDIA encoder to do both of those things, and it felt like you were using illegal dark magic, where it didn't make sense that an hour video now renders in 15 minutes with NVIDIA encoder. This is sort of like those same principles of we are taking this stuff into the real world and making this shit possible for, obviously, still not a lot of money, right? Like, this is still not a cheap setup by any means. For people out there who are in chat that are, are buying $400 PlayStations or, $400 Xboxes or whatever, it's still pricey. It's still like a sort of expensive PC. But the idea that high of tech can be done in a bedroom with a single GPU and not this crazy ridiculous setup. And I know a lot of people are saying, wait, so the up-res, like, I shouldn't even say up-res because it just looked like 8K compared to, we kept switching between native 8K and the DLSS 1440p up-res. And it was indistinguishable, chat. Like, there wasn't any checkerboarding.
Across all the games, really?
Across Bloodborne, Wolfenstein Youngblood, and
not Bloodborne.
Death Stranding.
I'm a big exclusive.
I meant to say Youngblood and Death Stranding. Death Stranding. Oh my god, could you imagine? No, it was Death Stranding. It was Wolfenstein Youngblood, and it was Control, and it was insane. I just words can't really. There's only so many crazy words that you can throw onto it, but it was just still really impressive.
I don't say this lightly, and like you people watching us will understand this. Like, we both kept saying it felt like a Disneyland ride. Like, it felt like we were doing something that is so particularly designed. Like, you do like the Void VR or whatever, and it's like such a better experience than any other VR you've ever done. It was that type of thing where you're just like, holy shit, like this. But it's just games that we've played before. Like, that's the crazier part, is that like we know what those games feel like and look like, and then getting your hands on this type, it's like, oh my god. And I was so impressed with Wolfenstein first person shooters with all of this, the level of detail and the amount of just reflections and ray tracing and all that stuff going on with it feeling as smooth as it does is just like, it's so nice.
Yeah, for it to be able to do that on 8K, that I'm just so excited about having this tech for Cyberpunk and putting it into 4K on my big screen TV. And when I'm streaming it, I'll have 1440p here. But the idea that it's just going to be so much less taxing on your CPU and GPU, and without having to run it natively, it just opens up so much, I guess, I don't know, economy for your PC to process other shit.
Yeah,
it's exciting.
Yeah, so they didn't mention anything to you guys offline about, I keep bringing it up, but if you remember, and Andy, you probably used this, right? But RTX Encoder, so it's got onboard encoding that they had launched with the RTX cards. So when you're streaming, you can take that, off of your CPU and use the video cards,
use the GPU.
Which of course, and use your GPU, which of course, you can assume that it has that, but they didn't highlight anything in the live stream. So I'm wondering if there's any improvements.
I got to assume that stuff is still being worked on. Like, I mean, they didn't really highlight anything in particular, but I think because
they didn't point it out.
I think because it was already new a couple of years ago, that I don't know. Maybe they didn't have a need to improve.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hopeful, right? Because what it would mean, and I think it's important because it's like what you're watching right now, in theory, right? It's like that is reaching so many more people than playing it, 8K DLSS ever will. We're just watching live stream. So I hope to see those. That the website hasn't updated yet. I'm sure there's
like better bit rates and better just video encoding.
Yeah, being able to compress a frame and have it in the same way that DLSS works. That's how I want your live streams to look, right? Where it's like, whoa, it looks even it looks better than ever, twice as good as previous live streams. Like, I hope that they've been working on some of that because that would affect a lot of people. But I mean, these cards are awesome. I have an RTX 2080 already, and
Metafire says computers. Am I right? You're right, Metafire. Like, it felt like such a crazy cool opportunity for us to go out there, and it was so insane to actually witness. Again, it's one of those things where it's so difficult to talk about and say you have to be there, but you truly do have to kind of see it in real life to realize how this sort of changes the gaming landscape. It's legitimately mind blowing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure we're gonna be talking a lot more about this in the coming weeks as these come out and all that stuff. But thank you for joining us here. If you're watching live, we will be back in approximately 10 minutes to react to the Avengers War Table stream. But until then,
That's right.
Fran, thank you for joining us. Where can people find you?
Twitch TV/FM3_. Thank you all for the support.
Hell yeah, man. Till next time. Love you guys. Bye.